Hello, BookTube. This is Weekly Reads. This reading week, I've been luxuriating in a long, loving reread of Fairy Tale by Hiro Mashima. I have been having so much fun with this series. It's wonderful. I really, really needed this reread. Today, I finished 3 volumes. Volumes 34, 35, and 36. So, Fairy Tale is about the Wizarding Guild Fairy Tale, which is infamous in the Kingdom of Fiori for being rather destructive. And no wizard in Fairy Tale is as destructive as Natsu Dragnel, the Fire Dragon Slayer. Natsu travels across Fiori looking with his Exceed companion Happy, an anthropomorphic talking cat, looking for evidence of Natsu's foster father, the dragon Ignil. One day he meets a young woman named Lucy Hartfilia, who is a celestial wizard. She can summon celestial spirits using magical keys. Together they form the nucleus of the strongest team in Fairy Tale. This team includes Natsu's rival, Greyful Buster, who's an ice wizard. He can make objects out of ice. And Ursa Scarlet, the strongest woman in the guild, who can recrypt or basically change her armor into various styles with various magical properties. Later in the series, they are joined by Wendy Marvel and her Exceed companion Carla. Wendy is a Sky Dragon Slayer taught by the dragon Grandini. So the team goes on a number of adventures, whether authorized as jobs for the guild or there's an emergency that needs handling. I am currently in the long story arc called the Grand Magic Games. So before the Grand Magic Games started, the main members of Fairy Tale, not just Natsu's team, but also the guild master and several other of the premier members of the guild, were sealed away for 7 years. And when they came back, Fairy Tale went from being the strongest guild in Fiori to the weakest. And they decided to take part in the Grand Magic Games, a sort of magical Olympics that determines who the strongest guild in Fiori is. Fairy Tale manages to take 2 spots in the 8-team sort of main portion of the games. The Fairy Tale A team is our primary cast of characters, and Fairy Tale B is an assortment of the other prominent members of the guild. Other guilds that appear in this arc are Quartro Cerberus, Lemia Scale, and Blue Pegasus. Lemia Scale and Blue Pegasus were quite prominent in an earlier arc. The new guild, Mermaid Hill, is introduced. Kind of a formerly dark guild named Raven, and then there are 2 guilds that sort of form the antagonists of this arc, or for the much of it. Raventail, which was founded by the Fairy Tale's guild master's son as a sort of a dark outlaw guild to Fairy Tale that has since gone legitimate somehow or other. And even more prominently, the guild Sabertooth, which is the current top guild in Fiori, and are thoroughly despicable people at this point. The guildmaster he's repugnant, and his ideology is just foul. And it is so satisfying watching Natsu kick Sabretooth's butt. And ultimately the rest of the guild in the final stage of the Grand Magic Games, which is just beginning. So, while the Grand Magic Games are going on, something else is happening behind the scenes. There's some weird magic that some former antagonists have asked Fairy Tale to investigate. And the revelations about this sort of background plan come later in the arc as that plan takes more prominence, which I will be getting to tomorrow. So it's just, I've been having a blast. So my plan for next reading week is to conclude Fairy Tale. So I have 27 more volumes to read. I'll get 12 this weekend, and then the final 15 volumes over the course of the work week. And I will have a special Fairy Tale episode of Weekly Reads next Friday, where I talk about the entire series. And I'm really looking forward to it. So after I finish Fairy Tale, I will be probably taking a break from manga and be reading I think for the weekend I will read Weaver, Scribes, and Kings by Mandage Podany. So, and then that work week, The Swimming Pool Library by Alan Hollinghurst is my plan. Now, whether or not that pans out, I don't know. I might very well just decide to read more manga because there's quite a few volumes that I still need to get to. Most certainly the 3 new releases in some of the series that I'm currently following. And I'm also going to be getting in some new volumes of manga in the coming weeks because I just indulged myself in ordering some more. So before I sign off for this week, well, I won't be signing off for this week because I do have a video coming tomorrow, which is the last day of the week. So tomorrow will be the final episode of Science Fiction and Fantasy Week of my 2025 library tour. I've already got everything set up for that. And once that's done, I will clear off this shelving unit behind me and clear it out from this room and put them in new spots. I will also be moving what's left of my science fiction and fantasy collection into either the final 2 donation boxes of Doom that I have out or on top of a tote that I'm using for the books that I'm going to keep. And then I'll move them out of here too so that I can kind of move in one of the new pieces of furniture that will be going in here. And I'll take pictures and do a special video for how my library is going to look once everything is put in here. So my original plan was to have 2 new bookcases come in today. Due to the weather, that's being pushed back to tomorrow. I just got an email from UPS saying that the 2 bookcases will be coming in tomorrow, or scheduled to be delivered tomorrow. So that will probably push back some of my plans. So I am planning on going ahead and moving these shelving units into my mom's room and the kitchen to serve as storage there. And if I have time tomorrow, I might try to put together one of the bookcases. If not, then I'll put together the bookcases on Sunday, and hopefully we'll have enough time to put the bookcases where I want them to go and do some rearranging in this little book, this library. Although my main focus will be over the weekend to read 12 volumes of fairy tale, because I cannot wait. I'm going to have fun. So if I don't manage to get everything done that I want to on Sunday, then I will probably start the library tour on Monday. So tomorrow I will conclude science fiction and fantasy, and on Monday I will start fiction, poetry, drama, or classics, canonical, modern, and contemporary fiction, poetry, drama. I need to come up with a better way to talk about it. I need a new name for that. Anyway, so if I don't have everything set up by Monday, then I will do the rearrange or determine how things are going to look after I do the tour. So anyway, we shall see how things work out. I will experiment, and hopefully things will be easy to do the rest of the tour. But I will report back any difficulties I have. So anyway, BookTube, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. So until I see you tomorrow with the final part of Science Fiction and Fantasy Week, thank you, have a great evening, and stay safe.